With just weeks to go before Germany's pivotal elections, Alternative for Germany co-chairman Tino Chrupalla has intensified his attacks on political rivals, taking aim at both European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen and Christian Democratic Union leader Friedrich Merz. At a campaign rally in Heidenheim, Chrupalla launched a scathing attack on von der Leyen, calling her the most corrupt politician in Europe. His remarks aligned with AfD's broader Eurosceptic stance, which challenges the legitimacy of EU governance among German voters.
Millions of orders, billions in damage for the German economy, for the taxpayer or for Mrs. Ursula von der Leyen, morally and ethically, the most corrupt politician in Europe. Millions of vaccine doses ordered for billions in SMS costs have disappeared. Incidentally, all this happens without any consequences. Politicians no longer take responsibility in this country anyway. Whether children are killed, millions are thrown out the window, or billions are embezzled, nobody cares anymore, and that makes politics untrustworthy. And that's where we have to start, so that the politicians who caused this never get back into office. They should disappear.
Shifting focus to the CDU, Chrupalla accused the party of driving Germany toward military escalation, alleging that under Merz's leadership, Taurus missile systems would be sent to Ukraine.
This CDU, and everyone really needs to think carefully about this. Anyone who votes for this CDU is voting for Friedrich Merz. Anyone who votes for Friedrich Merz is voting for war. That is why there is only one alternative, the party that stands for peace, and that is the AfD. With a Friedrich Merz, Taurus would be delivered to Ukraine, which would bring us directly into the war.
He went on to praise US President Donald Trump's calls for ending the Russia-Ukraine conflict, arguing that Germans, like Americans, are tired of financing foreign wars. Chrupalla reinforced his party's stance on diplomacy, criticizing European leaders who he claimed are eager to prolong the conflict at the expense of German taxpayers.
We are committed to diplomacy and negotiations. And I am glad that there is now a president in America who is calling for exactly that, because even the American people no longer want to spend money on foreign wars. They are also fed up. That is what we experience. And then immediately come the war lovers, the war-drunk Zimmermans, the Kiesewetters. They say yes, then Europe must bear the costs of continuing this war. What kind of madness is this? How oblivious to history are we after our past, which we have all experienced with war and suffering? With expulsion? I never want to experience that again for our children and grandchildren. We should always make sure that peace is the order of the day.
Chrupalla's remarks underscore the fierce political competition ahead of the February 23rd elections, with the CDU leading in the polls and AfD closely trailing in second place. His comments also come at a time when Merz is facing scrutiny for seeking AfD support on new migration measures following a deadly knife attack in Aschaffenburg last month. The upcoming elections were triggered by a no-confidence vote that collapsed Chancellor Olaf Scholz's traffic light coalition in December, amid internal disputes over budget priorities, Ukraine funding, and other key issues.